Last time on Kakumei, Sadala made a valiant effort to defeat Doola, which would have left only the God of Destruction Amaron as the lone threat to our heroes. He ultimately fell short as he was unable to overcome his past demons, only reflecting upon the innocent lives lost due to his inability to control the Super Saiyan form. At the same time, we switched over to Broly as his own altered mental state caused him to nearly end Kale. But as his Universe 6 counterpart never gave up hope in her doppelganger, this is what it took for Broly to finally return to his senses. Still with tears running down his face, Broly wonders aloud what's happening to him. Then remembering what happened to Cheelai, he would much rather be the one suffering in her place. When what sounds like a demonic variant of Broly's own voice commands, "No!" Cheelai and Lamo are all we've got. They're our friends, our family. That bloody demon has to pay whatever it takes. Rage is the key to our revenge. Of course, this interaction is only happening in the Saiyan's mind. He argues with himself that that's not true. This strength, this innate fury only leads to bad results. It makes them hurt their friends and his dark side speaking over him. It retorts that he's wrong. Power governs the laws of the world. With this power, no one will dare attack those closest to them. But before their enemies begin to fear them, how many victims will they claim? How many more lives are they going to have to crush with their hands to make their attackers understand that they should have never attacked them? Go on, explain that! The Visage remarks that he doesn't understand. They have to. When Broly shouts, it's the demonic version of himself who doesn't understand. He is nothing more than a catalyst for his own negative emotions, powerful enough to cause harm to his own friends, even those who are doing their maximum to dissuade him. It took Kale's brush with death to make him realize it. He thought he was acting to protect his loved ones, but in the end, he only made them feel fear. His enemies used him to achieve their own goals, and here's where they are now. As Broly turns his back on his inner demon, it screams at him, demanding to know where he's going. Come back this instant! He can't get rid of him like this! The Saiyan merely scoffs at him to stop with his insistence. He will never again resort to this uncontrollable animosity. So that's his plan? Questions his dark side. He's going to give up his only chance to destroy Doola. Does he really think he can contain the power that lies dormant inside of himself? The power that will never stop growing? But he yells back he's going to deal with him and trust his friends. It's true that his dark side helps him, or at least has the potential to. But from now on, he's going to be the one in control, not the other way around. With what may be his last chance to claw his way back into the brute's mind, Broly's inner demon screeches that he's never going to make it, even swearing by it. Though the Saiyan's decision is final. Lunging towards Sadala now that he's fallen out of his Super Saiyan state, Doola tauntingly cackles to his majesty that he's going to finish him off right now. However, Broly is there to intercept him, now with a complete sense of control and sanity in his face. The wizard can only roll his eyes that here comes the gorilla once again. Ripping his own arm off to create some distance between him and his new foe. It's only now Doola realizes that he doesn't look mad anymore. Who addresses the king? Kneeling down. It becomes clear that if not for Broly's interference, the villain would have surely finished him off. Still covering his face and remembering all the innocents he's killed, he's become completely emotionally compromised. Alas, given he himself has done nearly the exact same thing since losing control, he apologizes for everything he's done. Then knocking him out, the king's soldiers look on in horror. One of them hisses that he just knocked out their king. Was taking the lives of their comrades not enough for him? The one of the admirals instructs his men to wait. He's not acting like he did before. He seems to be in control at last. When Broly himself calls out over to him, he asks them to please get their king to safety. When all of this is over, he will accept his punishment. Which kind of just confuses them all. They weren't really expecting... Wait a minute. Hey! What are you waiting for? Do as he says! You. seems invincible! Reaching out for him dozens of feet away. Then instantly appearing right in front of the mage. Broly questions he can regenerate, right? Then piercing his chest. He doesn't break eye contact and further queries, this is how he did it, isn't it? That was for Cheelai. Now regenerate! Well, not feeling good on a few levels. The wizard heals himself and scowls that the Saiyan's going to pay for that. He assures him. And with his foe healed, Broly comments for him to see what he's just done. Cheelai wasn't so lucky to have those abilities. Now come on. His tricks won't work for him forever. The Fiend opens countless portals around his enemy to try to throw everything he can at him to no effect. When Amaron makes contact with him telepathically, keeping the conversation short, he tells him that Salaga is dead. He must unleash himself. Taking this loss to heart, Doola adorns himself with the same look as his fallen comrade. Again meeting face to face, Broly utters, "Here you are. Bring it on." Something Doola couldn't have said better himself with his newly acquired information. However, the change the Fiend has undergone isn't lost on Broly. He wonders what it is that's wrong with him. The force of his blows and his precision has increased tenfold. He didn't see this coming. Could it be his magic? Doola himself comments that his own physical strength is far less developed than his opponent's, but his magic can make up for this without any problem. He proclaims himself Doola the Summoner, and he will show him what the honor of this name is worth. Trying to kick him, the wizard's vanished, before appearing not far away and unleashing several portals much larger than he's previously produced. He bellows for his adversary to show him how to defend himself against these, inside of which appear to be a bunch of monsters. Taking out the creatures one at a time, this form exhausts him. He could lose control again at any moment, so he's got to stay focused. As it appears one of these beasts crushes a Saiyan beneath his foot, Doola scoffs good riddance to him. But sending the behemoth flying, the wizard gets a little tingle up his back, starting to think that this guy might be indestructible.
You're the last one!
Taking out the final monster, he frantically looks around for Doola, knowing he's got to end this quickly. Who shouts, "Behind you, imbecile! I summon the mothership!"
It's useless!
As he blasts away this so-called mothership, it looks like the Saiyans lost control again, much to the delight of the mage. Luck is always on his side. Quickly rushing to attack, Broly shouts no! It doesn't appear the confusion lasts long and he's back to normal. He scowls at the invader that he came here just to hurt him and his friends. He will never be able to forgive that. And now, he can no longer escape this planet, causing his opposite to smirk that he himself is just a pawn on the chessboard. Though he needs worry not. He takes full responsibility for everything he does. although he is correct about being stuck here. But that's bad news for Broly, not himself! However, upon seeing the Venerable Heir struggling in his fight with Vegeta, it looks like the demon activated yet another power-up. He thinks to himself that he's sorry, but he's made his choice. As Broly struggles to maintain his sanity and put an end to the second of the 3 evil invaders, just what does Doola mean by he's made his choice? Does he plan on doing something drastic to at least take out Broly before perishing himself? Or does he have something much more unexpected in mind?